Listening session. In this session of the test, you will have the chance to show how well you understand spoken English. There are 4 parts to this section with special directions for each part. Part 1. Questions 1 to 4. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear some dialogues and questions spoken in English. The dialogues and the questions will be spoken once. They will not be printed in your textbook, so you must listen carefully to understand what the speakers are saying. After you listen to the dialogue and the question about it, read the 5 possible answers and decide which one would be the best answer to the question you have heard. Now, listen to a sample question. You will hear, what do you think about the last holiday in Bali?
It's really amazing. The place was very beautiful. The society was very friendly, and of course, the food was so delicious.
Which one is not the man's opinion about the holiday? A. It's really amazing. B. The place was very beautiful. C. The society was very friendly. D. The food was so delicious. E. The trip was unforgettable. The best answer to the question is the trip was unforgettable. Therefore, you should choose answer E. Now, listen to the dialogues carefully, then answer the questions.
Good morning, Dinar. You come so early to the school.
I always come early, Tama.
What time do you leave your house to school?
I leave my house at 6 o'clock. I arrive to the school at 6:15.
Wow, you are so diligent. What do you do after school?
I have lunch first, then I do the homework. After that, I take a nap until 4 o'clock.
Do you always study in the evening?
Yes, I do. I study for 2 hours and sleep at 9 p.m.
What do you do at the night in the weekend?
If tomorrow is weekend, I will spend the night by watching several movies with my sister.
That sounds so fun.
Number 1. When does the conversation happen? Number 2. What time does a woman leave her house to school? Number 3. What does the woman do after doing the homework? Number 4. When does the woman watch several movies with her sister? Part 2. Questions 5 to 7. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear some incomplete dialogue spoken in English, followed by 5 responses also spoken in English. The dialogues and the responses will be spoken once. They will not be printed in your textbook, so you must listen carefully to understand what the speakers are saying. You have to choose the best response to each question. Now, listen to a sample question. Excuse me, sir. I need a pair of socks. Where can I find it?
The socks are in the shoe area. You can find it next to the sports shoe display.
What will the woman probably respond? A. Thank you so much. B. What do you want? C. you are right. D. I know nothing about that. E. I'm sorry to hear that. The best answer to the question is thank you so much. Therefore, you should choose answer A.
Number 5. It's great month for us. We have much time to have a holiday, right?
Yes, I think that going to Yogyakarta will be a great decision. What will the man probably respond? A. Congratulations for your winning. B. How lucky you are. C. Do you need any help? D. I'm so sorry to know that. E. I agree with you.
Number 6. I bought some chocolate ice creams. Do you want some?
Thanks, but I have a toothache. I can't eat something cold.
Poor you. What about the soap? Do you want some of it?
What will the woman probably respond? A. What do you want? B. That's so terrible. C. I don't know the answer. D. Sure, I will be happy to have the soup. E. Don't worry too much. Number 7. Is that your new jacket?
Yes, it is. What do you think of this jacket?
You look so great with it. It fits you well. What will the man probably respond? A. I'm sorry to hear that. B. Thank you for saying so. C. I think it's easy. D. You make me proud. E. Don't be sad. Part 3. Questions 8 to 11. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear some dialogues or monologues spoken in English. The dialogues or monologues will be spoken once. They will not be printed in your textbook, so you must listen carefully to understand what the speakers are saying. After you listen to the dialogue or monologue, look at the 5 pictures provided in this video and decide which would be the most suitable ones for the dialogue or monologue you have heard. Number 8. Have you ever visited Kepulauan Seribu, Dad?
Yes, have ever visited when I was still young.
How could we get to the island?
Well, we could only use ship since it has no airport there.
Which transportation do we have to use to get to the destination? Number 9. Excuse me, you look so confused. Do you need any assistance?
Yes, please. Where's the children's clothes area? I want to buy a t-shirt for my son.
You can follow me, sir. I will show it for you. Which picture shows the profession of the woman? Number 10. This tourism object is one of the famous places in Yogyakarta. This natural landscape lies in the south of the Java Island. Here you can take the sight of the great ocean. You can also breathe in the fresh ocean air with strong sea breezes. This place is famous for its mystical atmosphere, as there are many local myths about it. Which picture suits with the monologue? Number 11. Hello friends, You are invited to the graduation party of Senior High School Karya Bangsa. The party will be held on June 12, 2021. It will be started 5 p.m. till end at the school hall. Dress up with colorful to liven up the party. Don't miss this chance to have our last unforgettable memory in our high school era as we graduate from our lovely school. Which picture suits with the monologue? Part 4. Questions 12 to 15. Directions. In this part of the test, you will hear several monologues. Each monologue will be spoken once. They will not be printed in your textbook, so you must listen carefully to understand what the speakers are saying. After you hear the monologue and the question about it, read the 5 possible answers and decide which one would be the best answer to the question you have heard. Question 12 and 13 are based on the following monologue. How to cross the street safely. When crossing the street, look to your left, then your right, and to your left again. Before crossing the street, you should continue looking to the side as you proceed. Once you have determined that you can cross the street safely, understand and obey crossing signals. Don't start to cross until the walk sign appears. But if you have already started to cross the street, get to the other side as quickly as possible. Remain alert to the reverse lights, engine, noises, and other indications of incoming cars both before and as you cross the street. Number 12. What kind of text is it? Number 13. What should we do if we have already started to cross the street? Question 14 and 15 are based on the following monologue. Popcorn is a popular snack for every age. Do you know why popcorn pops? Well, popcorn kernels contain oil and water with starch surrounded by a hard and strong outer coating. When popcorn is heated, the water inside the kernel tries to expand into steam, but it cannot escape through the seed coat. The hot oil and steam gelatinize the starch inside the popcorn kernel, making it softer and more pliable. When the popcorn is hot enough, the pressure inside the kernel is sufficient to break the popcorn body, essentially turning the kernel inside out. The pressure inside the kernel is released very quickly, expanding into a foam which cools and sets into popcorn puffs. A puff piece of corn is about 20 to 50 times larger than the original kernel. Number 14. What is the purpose of the text? Number 15. How large is the popcorn than the original kernel? This is the end of the listening session.